Hi, I'm SCJ Repair Shop. Welcome back again in my channel. Today, I have here iPhone 11 Pro Max with dead motherboard. According to my client, this unit came with water damage, and some repairers try to retrieve the data on it, and it's failed. As you can see, the unit is already dismantled, and that's how I received it. Also, the motherboard is separated already. So today, I will try my luck to retrieve all the important data on it. Instead of finding the main cause of the problem, the owner wants me to transplant the logic board. So I will make the most of any opportunity to do my job well. In this process, proper hand skill is most required. Reminders. For disclaimers. This process is for professionals only. SCJ Repair Shop assumed no responsibility or reliability for any errors or omissions in this video. This process required proper hand skill and have more experience regarding in this kind of issue. If you don't have any experience on how to deal in this kind of issue, please leave it to professionals. Let us look under the microscope. To transplant the logic board, I need to dismantle the CPU, NAND IC, and the logic EEPROM very carefully and nicely. This process consumed too much time, so I need to fast forward the video to minimize the amount of time for this process. Please stay tuned. In this video I will show you how to properly dismantle the CPU and all the chips I need for transplant, and how to prepare the donor board safe and secured. First, I need to remove black adhesive around the CPU to manage properly the process. After dismantling all the chips, clean each of them one by one. Clean the CPU first. Cleaning the CPU is not easy, and all repairers have different techniques on how to clean CPU. In this part, I'll show you mine. Before I forgot, if you're new in my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon for you to get notified in my future videos. Okay. After done cleaning all chips, I have noticed there's missing one positive line in CPU. In this part, I will show you how to deal properly the missing pad. First, put UV glue in the middle of broken pad to interrupt the ground area. And scrape the pad to open up the positive line. Remember, you need to make sure you scrape the right line to prevent shortage. You must check every details you make to have this work a better result. After scraping, make a jumper wire with rounded ends, and cover up with UV glue for about 2 to 3 minutes to firm it. After done successfully the process of repairing the pads, scrape the rounded area to open up, for me to have good result when I reball it. Alright. I have successfully done preparing all the chips. Now it's time to prepare our donor board. This is fresh motherboard, comes from iCloud issue. Means this motherboard have no history of repair, so I don't encounter any trouble while transplant is in the process. In this part, I'll show you how to manage our donor board with right and proper procedure. This processes need to be done carefully and properly for me to have a good result. Put the motherboard into holder to manage properly the process, and remove all the rubber dust protection to prevent them from melting while the separation is in the process. Separate the motherboard manually with the temperature of 380 degrees Celsius and wind flow 45 for about 40 to 50 seconds. After the separation, check it again if the logic board can boot up properly before to proceed, to prevent any unexpected problem while transplant is in the process. Now, here's the important part of the process. I need to remove the CPU of our donor board. The process is same on how I dismantled my client CPU. But the difference is, this time, I need to make sure after I remove the CPU of our donor board, the PMIC is in good condition, and the VDD main is not shorted. To prevent this process unsuccessful, to avoid damaging the PMIC, put thermal pad and cover up with thermal tape above on it, to maintain a good condition of the PMIC. Always remember, avoid damaging components around the CPU bonding pads, especially those resistors. You need to make sure that there's no resistors has been disconnected after removing or cleaning the bonding pads, especially the non-IC bonding pads. Double check all the resistors around it after removing or cleaning the bonding pads, or else you may get an error, or unable to boot after the transplant. Okay. Done cleaning all the pads. Now let's install all the chips and test the motherboard. Alright. Apple logo on screen. It means I have done successfully the process of logic board transplant. I couldn't test all the functions because the LCD that I have here is not good. The touch flex has been cut out. But this time, it is clearly that I have successfully done the process of logic board transplant. Alright guys, this is the end of my video. I hope this video can help you a lot, especially in our repair industries. And we can help each other by giving me a subscription down below to help me motivate to make a lot of video tutorials.